Hey guys, it's Anthony. I'm back for another lesson. Today we're going to talk about how to use a capo. It's a common question I get a lot from many of my students, is how to figure out what fret to put the capo on in order to play in the key that you want to. So, first of all, I'm using a Thalia capo. They're kind of on the expensive side, but you could find a capo that fits your budget. There's ones under $10. Just with a spring-loaded system, or Shub makes a great capo that doesn't use the spring. Again, whatever fits your budget. Just make sure that with most capos, you're going to have to be pretty close to the fret so that it doesn't cause that buzzing sound or whatever. So, all right. So, when we talked about bar chords, we talked about how that E shape for an E chord can be moved up by barring your first finger. Right, so that's the bar chord with the root on E. So we're pretending basically that we're barring back here. The nut is basically our first finger at that point. So the same thing is going to hold true with the capo, especially in the keys of E and A, if you want to capo those keys. So we'll start with those first since they're easier to explain. So we have the key of E. Let's say we're playing an E chord, an A chord, so on and so forth, chords in the key of E. So we want to move that up. The singer that we're playing with wants to sing it in F. So the same way you would move up one fret, remember this note on the first fret of the E string is an F, that's going to change that E chord to an F if we were to bar it or if we were to capo it. So again, if you're in the key of E or A and you're using those shapes, you can pretty much treat the capo like your bar finger, which is pretty convenient. So now I'm in the key of F because I'm on the first fret. All I had to do was move E, right, up one half step to F. If I went another half step, it would be F sharp. If I went another, it'd be G. Of course, if it was in G, you would probably just play in G. But let's say we want to play in F sharp, or second fret, and I can play those E shapes in the key of F sharp. So now let's move on to, let's say, A. We're playing in the key of A. So we're playing. All right, so I want to play that in the key of A. I just played it in the key of A, rather. Now I want to move it up to B flat. I have to go up to the first fret because our root is here. It's open A. So now we have to move that open A up one fret to B flat. So now that's our new key. Just like barring, if I were to do a bar chord, I would move that A shape up and bar. Now the capo is acting like my bar. So now I'm playing in the key of B flat, but maintaining those A shapes. Same for B natural. If I wanted to play in B, I'm maintaining those A shapes, right? So we have A would be open, B flat, B. Right after B is C. So now on to the more difficult keys, but the same principle is going to hold true. You're just going to have to go up. Each fret, like we talked about in the bar chord lesson, is going to be a half step away. I think we talked about it in the power chord lesson as well. So each fret on a given string is going to be a half step higher. So when you're capoing, you're always moving up. So let's say we're in the key of G. We want to play a song in G. Let's say the singer I'm playing with wants it in A flat, right? G would be here. If I needed to move that key up one half step, I have to capo one and now move my G chord up one fret. So now I just played in the key of G with my fingers, but we're sounding in A flat. Up one more would be A, up another one would be B flat, so on and so forth. So the only other one we could maybe do, I'll do the key of D for you. So let's say you want to move D up and you want to play an E flat, right? So that D chord was here. Now one half step higher than D would be one fret higher, is E flat. So hopefully that makes sense. As always, if you have any questions, you can always message me below, and I'll be sure to answer. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. So thanks for watching How to Use a Capo with Anthony Labruno. I'll see you next time.